Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. So I just seen on Twitter, Andrew Ruiz-Joshua has came out and pretty much, said this thing is official, man. That's what I was waiting for. I did see the articles coming out saying this thing was official. Obviously, I've heard Eddie Hearn talk, or at least seen the interviews with him talking about it. Um, but I was always just waiting for Andrew Ruiz to come out, and say something. Just waiting for the other side. It's one thing to hear from one side, but I was wanting to hear both sides say this thing is official. So, yeah, I went on Andrew Ruiz's Twitter. He said that he dethroned, pretty much he said he dethroned the king June 1st, and come December in Saudi Arabia, he's going to try to end his career. All right. So good that this thing is official, man. What's good, Trey X? What's up, Mark Blake? So it's good this thing is finally official, man. Get the ball rolling on this. I see a lot of fans saying that, Andrew Ruiz, he hasn't been training. He hasn't been doing this, doing that. And I'm sitting back thinking to myself, like, well, damn, man. I mean, the dude literally won the title, what, 2.5 months ago or something like that. Like, um, you know what I mean? And then you still got, you know, September, October, November. You still got 3 whole months you can train. And then obviously that week going into the fight, all the work is done. You just shaking out, staying loose, stretching, you know what I mean? Shadow boxing, things like that. So 3 months to prepare is to me is enough time, man. You don't need a fucking 28-week training camp. I don't know what it is today, man, but a lot of fans, when I hear other fans talk, man, they think you need like these long, extensive, you know, just crazy amount of time to get ready for a fucking fight. You're a professional fighter at the top level. You know what I mean? You should always be in some type of shape. Not necessarily, 12-week training camp shape, but still in enough shape to where when training camp starts, you pretty much is going over. I mean, at this point, man, these guys have learned what they're going to learn. Could they add some wrinkles? Yeah, but at this point, man, they are who they are. You know what I mean? So it's just about getting in there, working on the game plan, getting the rounds in, sparring, some good tough sparring, you know what I mean, and just getting the rounds in. Andrew Ruiz is never going to look like Evander Holyfield. He's never going to look like Cleveland Williams. He's never going to look like Kenny Norton. You know what I mean? He's always going to be a little, you know, uh, tires around the waist. But so he's never going to win a bodybuilding contest. You dig what I'm saying? So, and to me, I thought he was a little heavy going into the AJ fight, to tell you the truth, to be honest with you. As far as AJ, um, I've seen his training. He's been in the, but AJ is a gym rat as far as just training all the time. So I always see him. So it's no surprise to me that AJ was back in the gym. I don't think it had really, really much to do about because he lost. So he's about to get refocused and dedicated. I mean, he can say that, but he's always been, at least from my eyes, I always see him in the gym on Instagram, putting things on his Instagram, running backwards on treadmills, which shout out to my man BWTM Ingram. I don't know how any of that stuff is going to be effective against Ruiz. Some of the training methods that I see him use. Now, people may rebuttal and say, Mr. Boxing has gotten him this far. And you're right, it's gotten him this far. But that style that Ruiz fights in, man, I'm not sure how some of the stuff he's doing is going to help him on fight night against that style. You know what I mean? But I guess we'll see, man. You know what I mean? So, Prophet, what's good? Say what's up to y'all. Um, Let me see. So yeah, but man, I'm gonna get back to that, but let me talk about this Yarde versus Kovalev, man. I've been, going back, watching some Kovalev fights, his wins, his losses, just picking up on certain things, even some of his tougher fights, just looking for things, man. And I know with Kovalev, there's a lot of things mentally with him, man. Sometimes he tends to break down, even outside of the ring, some of the stuff he gets into, these skirmishes, shenanigans he be going through outside the ring, man. Now I always say, to be a fighter, man, you always gotta have a little crazy in you. When the guys want to, whenever you're in a profession where getting punched in the face is what you do for a living, you gotta have some crazy in you. All right. Now, but to me, it's like him controlling his anger outside the ring is pretty telling, man. A lot of fighters, have gone through shit like that. Um, when I when I look at Anthony Yarde, man, when I look at the training, I see he does his mid work, Mayweather-esque type of mid work. His style is a Mayweather-esque, Roy Jones Jr.-esque type of style that he likes to imply in the ring against the competition he's been up against. All right. It looks good. It looks really good. It's like I'm not really sure what I'm looking at when I'm looking at Yard. Either I'm looking at somebody who's a obviously a gifted athlete. He looks like an explosive athlete with his speed, his punching power. The dude can punch. That's one thing I noticed. The dude can crack. All right. He moves his head. Um, Bends at the waist. Seems to have pretty good footwork. Seems to be when he's in control and he's measured and he can control the pace and the distance and the range. He looks phenomenal against the competition he's been fighting. And usually when a guy is coming up, man, they throw him in there. You know what I mean? You at least fight, either another up and coming guy with a similar record. They put you in there with him, or you may go against somebody that was a ex world champion or somebody that's probably, fought and lost in the world championship, something like that. Now he did fight the one guy that lost to what's the dude's name? It was some dude that I forget the dude's name, man. But the dude fought Arthur Abraham and lost to Arthur Abraham by decision. That guy, whatever that guy, you guys know who I'm talking about if you know Yard's career. All right. The dude was a straight up fighter. He was putting some pressure on Yard. He had Yard against the ropes. Yard seemed very comfortable against the ropes. He was working uppercuts and left hooks and straight right hands. That's your right hand that put the dude in trouble. You know what I mean? But one thing that I do see is Yard gets hit with right hands. And to me, that's one of Kovalev's best punches. He likes to punch straight, you know what I mean? Jab, straight right hands. He likes to keep you at the end of his punches. That's when he's most effective. Obviously, Ward showed you what, the what type of success you can have against Kovalev if you get up close, make it a rough fight, go to his body, you know what I mean? Really rough it up with him and get into a continuity of exchanging uppercuts, hooks, those type of shots instead of trying to stay on the outside and throw straight punches with him. All right. Um, I just don't know what I'm watching. Like I know what I see, I just don't know if he has all the intangibles. Like when you get clipped with a good shot and you lost a couple rounds in a row and you got to make a comeback and you got to get your breather. Now he did get pressed against the ropes against that guy I was saying, but it wasn't, like he got hit with a good shot, almost went down, or you can, he took some telling blows and some telling shots to where he was forced to go backwards a little bit. Right now he wants to kind of walk. He kind of fights like when I say Mayweather-esque, I'm talking about like the pretty boy Floyd type of style, you know what I mean? Where he wants to use the Philly shell or, use the shell defense, walking you down behind it with the jab, quick 1-2s, fast lead left hooks, a fast straight right. He wants to walk you down like that behind the shell. You know what I mean? Walk to you, step to you, touch you, and piece you up like that. I'm not sure gonna be able to do that to Colton, but the dude can crack, but I'm just not sure he's going to be able to do that to Kovalev. And to me, man, to go from the guys he's been fighting to even fighting this version of Kovalev, this is like jumping out the window on a fucking 70 on like the 78th floor. You dig what I'm saying? This is jumping out the window as far as competition level, man. Like this is he hasn't come close to fighting somebody on the level of a Kovalev. All right. Um, And my thing is, Andre Ward doesn't get enough credit for he took some shots against Kovalev, man. He didn't go unscathed fighting Kovalev in them two fights, man. He got the stoppage in the second fight, roughed him up. I agree, some of the shots were low, but I do think overall he just bullied Kovalev, stepped to him and bullied him. All right. I'm not sure Yard has that, and we just can't bank on a guy having that. You can see if a guy you can, visually see him have power, quick hands, moves his head, but you just can't, or me, I just can't say this guy has the dog of an Andre Ward in him. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not sure, man. And I guess, we're gonna find out. Now the dude is very courageous, and when you're a young fighter, sometimes guys, as I like to say, you just don't know any better. And that could be a good thing because you're courageous, you're young, you're hungry, you have a lot of belief in yourself. What do I mean by that? The dude's going to Russia. From my knowledge, I didn't really read all the articles leading up into the fight, but from my knowledge, he didn't really moan or complain. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, Yard, about going out to Russia. At least I didn't see anything or remember anything. Thinks he can beat the guy. Seems very confident. I've seen the weigh-in today. Um, But I'm just not sure what I'm watching, man. Like it's so hard. I'm going with Kovalev based on the experience. Now, it's kind of like when you're looking for a job, right? And that people tell you, oh, you're not qualified, you don't have the experience. And you start going around the jobs and jobs and jobs and jobs, you can't get none of them because you don't have experience. It's like, well, shit, let me start here so I can acquire some fucking experience. You know what I mean? However, though, it's like he's just getting thrown to the sharks, man, based off the guys I've seen him fight. Now, maybe this is the opportunity to get his quote experience. You know what I mean? But in there with a very dangerous puncher in his home country. Um, and if this goes how Yarde's fights have went, I can see him winning by knockout. That's the only way I really see him win. I don't see him outboxing Kovalev from the outside. Yes, he moves his head. Yes, he's quick, but just being on the outside, I think he's gonna have a hell of a problem trying to do that just on the outside. Um, Probably implement some of what Alvarez and Ward was doing, but man, I'm just not sure about this one, man. I'm just not sure about this one. What do y'all think about this fight, man? Marlo's corner was good, bro. Let me go up here. Arjun Gunnathby. Okay, see a few of y'all didn't join. Let me see what's going on. Uh, let me see. Let me see. Trey X in the building. Arjun Gunnathby. D Style. What's good, D Style? Oh, D Style, I got your message, bro. In the last, you left me a message asking me about coming on your channel for Holyfield week. I'm not sure about that, man. And I don't want to, commit to something that I wouldn't be able to follow through with. So I'm not sure about that, bro. Especially this upcoming week. I'm really not sure about that. I haven't even should upload it since I've been back, man. So it's been hard for me to get pump videos on my own channel. Just like this live stream was just spur of the moment. And what's funny is I actually watched your video. So shouts out to D Style because that's where I got the report from. That this fight was official between AJ and Andrew Ruiz. Because Andrew Ruiz went on his Twitter and he put it out there. And that's what I was waiting for, man, to hear something from their side. Um, and really, I want to hear from Andy himself. All right, but let me go back to this. Boxing conversation with Red Jordans was good, bro. I love when you and D Style collab, man. I pretty much listened to all those vids y'all did on my trip when I was traveling. Let me see here. Marlo's Corner salute. DOG 215 was good, bro. Let me see. Arjun Gunnaby says Yard. Let me see. Yard does the shoulder roll and does tuck his chin enough. His left. Oh, he doesn't tuck his chin enough, and his left is open to be hit, and he's been caught while doing this earlier. Kovalev is going to smash him. Before I get back to the comments, that's another thing. When I see guys, uh, and now that style was used in the 60s and 70s. I mean, Archie Moore used it a little bit, even if you want to go current or kind of in the past, but James Toney, go on and on, right? Bernard Hopkins, Floyd Mayweather. But when I see some guys do it, I don't know if they're doing it like for a fad because it looks good. To me, when those guys are doing it, they knew why they were doing it. All right, I'm gonna put the left shoulder out there. When I make a miss his right hand, come back with my own right hand. All right, I'm gonna do this. Catches when he throws a left hook, I'm gonna catch with my right arm, come back with a straight right hand, left hook, something like that. It seemed like a lot of these guys I see today, they're doing it. I don't know. It's like they're trying to, I don't know, be a replica of Floyd. You need to be the best you first. You dig what I'm saying? And trying to be a replica, even of a great fighter like Floyd Mayweather. That was always him. You know what I mean? Like, so just trying to pick it up out of nowhere and master it in a couple years and I'm not sure how long Yard's been fighting like that. And his amateur career, or lack thereof, really, they only had 12 amateur fights. So what, 12 or 13 amateur fights? With this, how many fights he has a pro? 17 or 18? Man, they're throwing this guy in hot water, man. So again, maybe this guy's gonna turn out to be something phenomenal, and I'm just not seeing it. I see the talent in I see the talent and I see the potential. I'm just not sure if he's ready for a fight like this. And I've seen him get hit with some good right hands. Sometimes when he's doing all the, standing flat-footed and bending at the waist and things like that. Um, I see him get clipped with right hands. I see him get hit with some good body shots. You dig what I'm saying? So it's not like he's just completely unscathed when he goes to this defense. And it's funny watching some guys sometimes when they do this defense and they're trying to roll and do the shoulder roll and they're getting hit clean. But for some reason in their head, they're still standing flat-footed. Just because you're moving around in that posture and position doesn't mean you're not getting hit clean. You dig what I'm saying? Like I've seen AB doing it a few times where AB's kind of shoulder rolling, and I'm like, bro, you're getting hit with hooks and right hands. Yes, your body's moving and you're rolling, but you're getting clipped. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's like some guys do it as a fad. I'm not saying that's what Yard does, but when I see it, sometimes I scratch my head, man. Um, so I guess we'll see, man. Tomorrow's gonna be the big, we'll answer all the questions, man. Yes, Reggie Owens. I was talking about that Nikolai Soap chick, whatever the fucking dude's name is. But yeah, I was talking about him, bro. That's the fight. Yeah, dude was putting a little bit of pressure on Yard, man. But Yard, and I brung up James Toney. He was comfortable like how James Toney would be against the ropes. You know what I mean? But against a guy like that, now we're gonna see if he gets in the ropes against Kovalev, and Kovalev can, keep him on the ropes, but stand out, in the distance to where he's just throwing straight punches. We're gonna see when them right hands start clipping them. It's one thing to counter a shot when a guy misses, but how about when you're trying to roll and bend and counter and twist and you're getting clipped? You dig what I'm saying? So we're going to see, man. Let me see. All right, let me see. Mark Wunderlich was good, man. He says Utah in the house. Man, I drove through Utah when we went out to Cali and when we came back. Maybe I just wasn't in the areas where it's popping, but man, it was just like nothing but just it was just nothing. Nothing but mountains. Only thing I seen in Utah, man. I didn't go near Salt Lake or any of that. I was just literally just driving through, but I didn't see nothing in Utah for like 2 straight hours. Nothing. I think I seen like one gas station. Yes, D style. Plus, Floyd does not always use it. Sometimes Floyd he does this thing where he used to, he would pull all the weight on his front foot, which is his left foot. He'll have his kind of his back foot off the ground a little bit, and he'll have the high guard up, and he'll kind of parry shots. He'll like, for instance, he'll parry your jab, boom, come down with a straight right hand, or then he'll drop his hands, boom, come in with a lead left hook. Like him and Roy Jones were phenomenal at throwing power lead shots, left hooks and right hands. Quick ones. I mean, they were just so quick sometimes it was ridiculously quick. Yard to me isn't that type of quick. He doesn't have those type of reflexes like a Roy and Floyd. I know that's kind of unfair, comparing anybody to those type of reflexes, but he doesn't come across to me as a guy that has that. Although he is quick, he is explosive, but not like that. Then let me just touch on the Joshua thing again with Ruiz. 'Cause I knew from the start, man, that this was mainly about Ruiz getting more money. I'm seeing comments, people saying, "Oh, see, Ruiz gave in. He had no say so in the negotiations." That is so ridiculous to say, because if that was the case, the fight would be in the UK, and the minute Eddie Hearn said that it was finalized, it would have been finalized then and there. You dig what I'm saying? So obviously the fight's not in the UK, and that is to, I'm sure, Andrew Ruiz and his team's doing. All right. I'm sure he's got some more money. I was hearing rumors about some type of getting some money from the Mexico television deal or something like that. Look, man, I'm pretty sure his team went over everything and they got the best situation for Andrew Ruiz going into this fight. The dude never said he didn't want to fight Anthony Joshua. He was just saying things about the contract, you know what I mean, to get a little bit more out of this. All right. And so Joshua didn't win any battle, you know what I mean? Or the extreme AJ fans come across as if like they won something. You know what I mean? Look, December is when we're going to see what's going on, and there's some things technically this dude got to fix. Not about it being in Saudi Arabia or Andrew Ruiz getting more money or the Mexico TV deal or none of that shit, man. There's things technically this guy's going to have to figure out. I seen him getting a new tattoo on his one of his fingers or something like that, like a lion or something. It's funny, man, because usually when I see guys, now this is just me, all right, but when I see guys getting tattoos after losses, I don't know, man. I know Shane, did Shane Mosley lose when he got that big tattoo? I know Cotto got a tattoo after losing. Now, I'm not saying these guys didn't have any tattoos before that. Did Cotto? I'm not sure, but I know Cotto got like a big tattoo after one of his losses. Was it the loss to Pacquiao? It was one of them losses, man. Um, and some other guys, man, after losing fights. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm not sure where his psyche is at right now. I know that they came out with that interview of him on Sky Sports. I tried to look it up, but it was saying that it was banned in this country. So, um, what's it called? Anthony Joshua Untold Truth or whatever. I've seen little snippets. I know we called Lennox Lewis, what do you call him? An idiot or a clown or something like that. Look, man, if this is who Anthony Joshua is, now, first, I don't know if he was calling dude a clown based on their personal relationship, because he can't be calling him a clown based on his ring achievements. That's just not even, I mean, me sitting here trying to even discuss that is just a waste of time. You know what I mean? So I'm not even going to discuss Lennox Lewis ring accomplishments. All right. So maybe he meant on a personal level, some personal thing they have going on. I'm not sure. So if that's the case, then you can still be a great athlete, a great fighter, basketball player, baseball player, great, all time great. But on a personal level, people probably can't fucking stand you. You probably are a clown. You dig what I'm saying? Now, now with Lennox and him, I'm not sure. All right, so I'm not sure if that's something personal. But what I will say is this, man. If this is who Anthony Joshua is, I'd rather him talk like this than give me that corporate bullshit, man. You dig what I'm saying? That cookie cutter ass, you know, I'm going to make everybody happy. I'm going to say all the nice, like, come on, man. Now I understand who has sponsors and all that type of thing, and that's cool. If you got to be chained down and you got to say just the right things and put on a cheesy ass smile all the time, do your thing. You dig what I'm saying? But I'd rather hear the real AJ calling people clowns, the shit allegedly he had with Eddie Chambers. Man, be who you are. To me, you'll sell more being who you are. Well, at least over here in the US, that's how we look at things. Maybe in UK, it's much better for your career if you're being fake. You dig what I'm saying? But if this is who he is, man, let him be who he is. He even says something. He even says something to the fact of, what did he say? No squares in my circle, G shit only. I thought that was pretty funny coming from him. You know what I mean? But hey, man, be a G. Hey, if this is going to help you, if he thinks this is going to help him perform better on fight night, coming out saying these things and talking like this, so be it, man. You dig what I'm saying? But be you. You dig what I'm saying? I remember Dillian White years ago saying that, man, the AJ that's being presented to you guys is not the real AJ. That's not him. And people saying, oh, he's just hating. He's hating. Oh, he's hating because he beat him. He's hating. And I'm like, well, why would he have to hate about what do you think the guy's personality is like? Because I know that they have hung out with each other or they know each other on somewhat of a personal level. I know Dillian White said he borrowed AJ some pair of pants to go out one night or something. I think they're in a training camp together or something like that. You dig what I'm saying? So look, man, be you. Do I think Lennox Lewis is a clown? No. You dig what I'm saying? But if that's what he thinks or that's what he's want to put out there, be you. But there's a lot of things going on with him, man, psychologically that I'm just seeing, obviously, just on watching videos, certain things that he's saying, some of the same training methods. It's just, I don't see him winning this rematch. I just don't. And people think it's just easy as 1, 2, 3. Some fans, they actually think, oh, the real AJ is coming to the fight or he's mad now. Well, why wasn't he mad after he got hit upside the head with a left hook in the third round? Now he's mad. Oh, now the real AJ is going to come out. Doesn't make any sense, man. Once you get punched in the face, the real you should want to come out. You dig what I'm saying? But all jokes aside, though, man, we'll see. But I just style wise, man. And speaking of D style and Reggie, You guys did a great job of breaking down or actually showing some visuals and still pictures. Because sometimes when we as fans talk about this, about Andrew Ruiz's hands are always set to punch, people just think you're just talking. But you guys did a great job of breaking it down and showing still shots of Andrew Ruiz. When he was throwing other shots, he was still in position to come back with something. AJ was throwing shots, his other hand was not in position defensively, and it wasn't in position to throw back. If it was defensively, if he had like the holding the telephone with the right hand as he's throwing the left hook, he wasn't set to punch, especially not as quick as Andrew Ruiz is. You dig what I'm saying? The dude is always ready to punch. Even like, and I said this going into their fight, although I picked AJ in the first fight, but I said this going into the fight, and these are one of the things that I thought AJ would have to look out for with Ruiz, is when you're in the clinch with Ruiz, right? This is one of the things. When you're in a clinch with him, he's the type of dude that would, some guys that just clinch, wait for the refs breaks us, all right, we'll get back to boxing. Andy's the type of dude where he may see the ref is stepping towards him, but he'll take a step back, throw quick, throw two quick hooks, a left and a right hook, fast as hell. Or with his offhand, he'll work his offhand and try to hit you in the gut, then hit you upstairs on the side of the head. He'll do things like that. You know what I mean? Whereas big guys, especially the big guys like AJ, they want to rest on the inside when they're clinching. Now, I've gave AJ credit for being a good mid-range, uh, shout out to Dwyer boxing, but a good mid-range hooker, because he does throw good combinations in close. For the super big guys, like the 6'6", 250-pound guys, he's very quick with those guys. But when he's in there with the Pavekins, and Takam just didn't throw enough and he couldn't really hurt AJ. But when Takam would actually let his hands go and he was bending at the waist, he caused somewhat of a problem for AJ a little bit. Obviously, Pavekin and Ruiz. You dig what I'm saying? Thing with Pavekin is he didn't throw enough. He was looking for just like 1, 2s and maybe a 3, but 1s and 2s. Whereas Andy is 4, 5s and 6s. You dig what I'm saying? So um, he's always ready to punch, man. Always. Trey X says Dwyer be getting picks wrong like a motherfucker. Yeah, man, Dwyer be wrong. The way he breaks down fights and when he breaks down the styles and he mixes in with the history, he knows what he's talking about. But then when he actually makes the pick, yeah, some of his picks is way off. And tell you the truth, man, my damn pick may be way off tomorrow with this Yarde and Kovalev. It again, man, it's just one of them things. I just don't know what I'm seeing with Yarde yet. Either he's spectacular or all that shit was a facade. You dig what I'm saying? Or it couldn't hold up against a top elite guy. You know what I mean? D-Star says, I think he overthinks it at times. He also sees it from gambling perspective. Yes, he does. I'm gonna kind of skip around, guys. I gotta jump off, man, but I'm gonna skip around trying to answer for you guys' questions, man. Let me see here. Mala2243 says, as long as Ruiz is mentally focused and up for the fight, the money hasn't made him soft. I'm picking him to win by TKO. Yeah, and that's nothing with the money. It's like the dude been champ for like 2 months. People act like this is like month 14 or year and a half, or he has, month 10. Like the dude literally just won the title. Like, well, was it August, into August, won it June 1st? Jesus Christ, man. Like, damn. And I know his trainer, Manny Robles, said that they want to start camp, I think like last week, but they're going to get to it. But he did say that Andy has been hitting the treadmill. And look, man, even I do this and I work out a lot, as you guys know, you know what I mean? Like do my boxing exercises. Even when I'm around the house, I'll throw like some combinations. Next thing you know, 20 minutes then went by and I'm just shadow boxing for no reason downstairs or something in the laundry room while I'm trying to switch the clothes out. You know what I'm saying? Or so I'm pretty sure a guy like Andy who's been fighting all his life, he's, throwing punches around and riding a treadmill and shadow boxing some rounds, or, here and there. Now, is that going to get you ready for Anthony Joshua? No, but I'm sure he's still active even at home. You dig what I'm saying? And like I said, you don't need a 25-week training camp. This dude has ample enough time to get ready. You know what I mean? And I think from the outside looking in, I think Andy comes across as a guy that has a lot of pride. And I think he's going to go into this fight not wanting to be this one-hit wonder. And he wants to be a guy that want for his name to just, it's already in history. It's already set, but he wants to add more history. You dig what I'm saying? And not history of being a one-hit wonder as far as winning the belt and then losing it. You know what I mean? How the titles were changing hands. You guys remember how the titles were changing hands at the heavyweight division, although Larry Holmes looked at it as the top heavyweight back in them early 80s. You know what I mean? Where Dokes was winning it. Um, he won it from Weaver won it from Tate. You know how they were just playing hot potato with the damn titles, man. You know what I mean? So Greg Page won the strap, you know what I mean? Then Mike Tyson came and cleaned it all up. But I think Andy's gonna wanna go in there and make a statement again, man. Go in there and make a statement again. And this is somebody that has, not to say this is a good thing, but this dude has literally fought at 300 pounds before. You dig what I'm saying? So he's been fighting all his life, man. This dude been fighting literally since he was a kid. Literally, like 8, 9 years old, came up, being a fighter, man. So he's going to be ready. He's going to get in shape. He knows he has, he's coming into this fight, to me, is he got Mexico on his back. Not just the American fans and Mexican American fans, but I really think this kid really feels like he has Mexico on his back. You know what I'm saying? AJ's not the only one that's, fighting for something. He's fighting to keep what he has, man. You know what I mean? So both these guys should be motivated. AJ wants to get his get back. But to me, spitting out your mouthpiece and quitting, although he did hurt Ruiz, and I think he has some attributes that he can use, man, but you got the fight beat out you, man. This wasn't like he got knocked unconscious. He got the fight beat out of him. And all this lucky punch shit, I mean, which one was lucky? Which one of the 40 shots that I seen you get clocked with, which one was luck? Were they all luck? And people trying to hit me with oh no, Mr. Boxing. See, he got hit in a place on his temple to where scientifically it takes exactly 9 minutes and 45 seconds without another oncoming punch to get fully recovered. Man, miss me with the BS. Miss me with that scientific shit, man. If that's the case, I can give you a scientific reason why getting punched in the fucking jaw is going to take that you need a lot of time, or getting punched in the eye socket, or getting your nose broke. Stop it, you guys, with these comments about he got hit in the temple and he couldn't recover. Yeah, like when dudes get hit in the mouth and they can't recover, or get their nose broken and can't recover. He got punched in a boxing match. What? He couldn't recover? Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, you get punched in the face in boxing, yeah. Temple, jaw, like nose, yeah. And sometimes you can't recover. It's like some fans are like using it as an excuse. Like, yeah, the guy got punched in the boxing match and he couldn't recover in time. Come on, man. What? Oh my goodness, man. Let me see. Oh, Stiff 17 said round 3 when Ruiz hit him, that is the lucky shot he was talking about. Oh, okay. Well, I guess his temple was unlucky then. Joshua's full of it, man. When he talks about that, yes, I know he's a unified champion. He's won a gold medal. I know all the things that he's earned, man. But what I'm saying is, when a guy rolls under your punch, rolled under the things that you get taught in the gym to roll under big hooks, came back with his left hook, that is his fastest, hardest punch, and he's a counter puncher. So he countered you with his fastest, hardest punch, his left hook. I've always said that I thought his best punch is his left hook. Luck my ass, man. As Clayton says, guess what? Mr. Boxing slagging off Joshua. Shock. Okay. All I know is that wasn't lucky. And I like AJ, man. The dude, in my opinion, contradicts himself a lot. And I was saying this before he lost. All right. Um, and then people say, well, what about when so-and-so said? It's like, well, we're not talking about so-and-so. But when we do talk about so-and-so, I'll bring up when so-and-so contradicted themselves. People love to do that, man. Shouts out to Joe Habib. He calls it what about isms. And he's right. Well, what about, well, when Muhammad Ali lost, it's like, the fuck does Muhammad Ali got to do with Anthony Joshua getting his ass whooped? You know what I mean? Uh, And there you go. S. Clayton hit it right on the head. He brung up Wilder. Like, it's like I can never talk about AJ and talk about AJ. Wilder would get brung into it. Uh, Tyson Fury, you know. But I get it. You like comparing these guys with other dudes. Has exactly DOG2 has nothing to do with Wilder. Nothing. Nothing at all. Well, Wilder has nothing to do with Deontay Wilder, man. And I'm starting to think some of you guys that say you really dislike Deontay, I think you really like him. I don't think you guys understand how much you really do like the dude because you bring him up all the time. I can make a video, and I've done this before. I can make a video, um, I can review the two fights between Larry Holmes and Ernie Shavers. Deontay Wilder would get brought up in the video, or at least in the comment section. I could fucking talk about Rocky Marciano, it'd get brought up. You know what I mean? Stiff17 says, because everyone wants to see AJ versus Wilder, that's why. Well, I mean, shit. Join the team. I've been wanting to see that since 3 years now. So, yeah, I mean, everybody wants to see that. And you can say that, bro, but I also think it's because people, and look, I'm an Anthony Joshua fan. I'm not an Anthony Joshua fanatic. So I think his fanatics come to my page, and if they think or feel as if I'm tearing down AJ because I'm critiquing him, they find fit to say, well, let's go take Wilder too then. You know what I mean? Well, uh, what have you ever said, about Tyson Fury? You know what I mean? It's like they want to find somebody else so I can critique as well. Um, and I critique AJ based on him being an elite level fighter. Like, I'm not just critiquing some bum. Like, this dude's not a bum. You dig what I'm saying? Like, AJ can fight his ass off, man. You dig what I'm saying? I just think this style matchup with Ruiz is all wrong for him. You dig what I'm saying? I've never picked him to lose a fight, even picked him to beat Ruiz. I didn't say it was going to be a massacre, easy work. I didn't say that. I broke down the pros and cons, things that I thought Ruiz can do well and Joshua can do well. And I thought once these guys really started to trade leather and it got to that point, because I know Andy comes to fight, I thought Joshua would win over. And I was wrong. When they started trading leather, Ruiz was the guy that was getting the best of AJ. You know what I mean? All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all showing up, man. It's all good. Um, yeah, man. Appreciate y'all showing up. I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow and talk about this Kovalev Yarde fight because it's very intriguing. And I don't know. Look. I'm gonna go with Kovalev by knockout, man. I just don't think Yarde is ready for this. All right. If he wins, I'll come back and we definitely gonna talk about it. Appreciate y'all showing up, man. I'm gone.